Are you familiar with the platform Itch.io or itch.io?
I don't think so.
Okay. This is a website that allows you to purchase games. They have their website is very simple. You can go in and they made a lot of headway recently based off of this right here. They have a bundle of games called the No Ice Bundle. And when you buy this, it directly contributes to, I don't know, some sort of charity or something that goes against ice raids in California. Like Blabs, you're shaking your head.
So
Wait,
stupid.
what's their
So
business?
stupid.
They sell Steam codes or something? They resell Steam codes?
More or less. They just sell games, right? They sell games. They're a game outlet. They gave away Brutal Legend for free, actually, for like 10 hours yesterday after Ozzy died, because Ozzy's in the game. They've done some good. They've done some really, really stupid, right? A lot of it's, there's web games, there's all sorts of games. These are like mostly indie games, I would say, is what Itch.io is. And I could be saying that right. I've always said Itch.io as opposed to itch.io. Anyways, they're making news today as well, as one thing that they've always sold on their platform is not safe for work content. They had an update on this, and I think it's important to read this whole thing here. It says update on not safe for work content. This is courtesy of Lefo or Moonscript over on X, which I have reached out to invite him on the show to get a little more clarification on this, because there's a lot in here that needs to be said. It says we have de-indexed all not safe for work content from our browse and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change.
Okay, some quick clarification.
Yes.
So the games are not gone. You just cannot search them.
Right now. Correct. Okay. Right now.
Right.
Based off the statement. But here, and this is where things get interesting. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch.io due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on itch.io or Itch.io before being banned back in April. The organization Collective Shout has launched a campaign against Steam and Itch.io, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. Right? Our ability. Shout. Yes, and this has been. We'll get to this here in just a second. We talked about them briefly a few days ago. It says, our ability to process payments is critical for every creator on our platform. To ensure that we can continue to operate and provide a marketplace for developers, we must prioritize our relationships with our payment processors, our payment partners, and take immediate steps towards compliance. Okay.
So they're pretty much confessing that they're being strong-armed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. This is a time critical moment for Itch.io. The situation developed rapidly, and we had to act urgently to protect the platform's core payment infrastructure. Unfortunately, this meant it was not realistic to provide creators with advance notice before making this change. We know this is not ideal, and we apologize for the abruptness of this change. We are currently conducting a comprehensive audit of content to ensure we can meet the requirements of our payment processors. So pages will remain de-indexed as we complete our review. Once this review is complete, we will introduce new compliance measures. For not safe for work pages, this will include a new step where creators must confirm that their content is allowable under the policies of the prospective payment processors linked to their account. Part of this review will see pages being permanently removed from Itch.io. Affected accounts will be notified via their account email from our support address. You can reply to that email if you have any follow-up questions. We understand you. We ask for your patience, and we understand as we navigate this challenging period. We ask for your patience and understanding. I'm sorry we cannot share more at this time, as we are still getting the full understanding of the situation ourselves. We will post a follow-up on our blogs.
Hang on. So they say that they don't even understand it anyway, but they've already made changes to their website. That is a little...
Well, okay. So this comes back to this group, Collective Shout.
Oh, right? The female wankers.
Yes. Yeah. This is now Dan, have you heard about this collective shout group?
Yeah, I watched the 40-minute video by Savvy, which is great.
Yes, Savvy has been all up on this, right? And once again, invited Savvy on the show. Savvy said she can't make it. She's in Canada, has shit internet. Cool, awesome. This was the original article that they posted. They sent this to PayPal, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, pretty much everybody here. And it's more or less like threatening them. Hey, do you know what's being sold here? Do you know what's being sold, right? And Savvy has a giant recap of this. There's a thread over on X to kind of guide you through all this. But this is more or less spearheaded by a couple Australian women here that are strong arming the payment processors, who the payment processors are strong arming Steam and Itch.io, right? So what's happening
Blabs,
is...
do you think those couple women are attractive?
No. They look like the back end of a cat.
That was a quick answer.
Maybe,
well, I went and researched them the other day, all right? And I was looking at on that website, you can actually see all of the employees, all the women. No, it's unfortunate.
Right.
Bunch of ones and twos.
Just a bunch of women. Just a bunch of women.
No, just a bunch of ones and twos. Who cares if they're women? You know, there's just
one is rough, man.
Let's just look at their board members real quick. Let's just just curious.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I looked at the other day.
Okay.
All right, Dan, let's play the game, would you?
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go, Dan. Would you?
Would you what? Get a helper across the street?
No, Dan. That's not what we're asking.
The birds and the bees, Dan. The birds and the bees.
I will help her across the street. Yes.
Okay. We're playing the game here. We have our audience joining us, Dan. Dan, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Kim Vanden Hengel?
Look at the Freudian slip there. 2.
2.
Told
Kate Halussi, Dan.
Ooh, she looks a little chubby. 1.5.
Okay. Louis Jarrett.
That's not Louis. That's Louise. That's a woman.
Hey, how dare you, Blabs? How dare you?
Do you see an Adam's apple on that neck?
I feel like the crowd is blocking me down here. You know, Jesus.
Beautiful smile. 3 out of 10.
Dan, I'm sorry, you're incorrect with all your answers. All 0 out of 10. Dan.
I mean, there's still more. You can just scroll down and you can see more of them.
Wow.
I mean, you get the idea.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, white savior complex. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what we
it's
got
in
going.
black and white, so you wouldn't notice that.
Yes. All right. Well, so Itch.io has gone in, and because of this nature of the payment processors coming in, putting their thumb down and everything, it says this is from this person, all adult erotic tag games gone. Here's your update here. They just kind of bolted them from it. Now, I want to actually take a step back here, guys. Let's go back. Do you remember what was going on in January of 2022?
A lot of things.
I mean, the world was crazy.
Yeah.
But Itch.io was telling you that over on X, warning, Itch.io is not for the prudes. If you click our link, please be careful about what you might see. This was from the official Itch.io account over here, letting you know that there is not safe for work content and it's not for the prudes. Well, fast forward, and now Itch.io is for the prudes. That's right. That's right. Now we see this. The response to this has been all over the place. Chibi Review says important censorship news. Apparently, Itch.io is now removing all games from their site that are tagged not safe for work. According to a poster, it's the same situation on Steam. I think we all know who's responsible for this, right? And I think the natural thought on this is to point to that group, the butthole group, right? The collective shout group. Okay.
I mean, they really are butthole. Look at their logo.
Yep, right there.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
What were you saying, Dan?
I appreciate the fact that they're not not trying to virtue signal using this. They're being opened about it and say we're being forced by someone else to do this.
Now, a lot of people are pointing at Collective Shout, and once again, maybe this is an opportunity for Collective Shout to be the bad guy here, because they've done some really stupid things here. But I think a lot of people need to be also pointing at the payment processors themselves as they have a scapegoat here, with Collective Shout being the scapegoat in this situation.
Yeah.
And that's, ultimately it's the payment processors who are doing this. They could say to these women, get bent.
Yeah. Collective Shout is going to the payment processors, and the payment processors are strong arming the website.
Right. And to be clear, when it comes to this stuff, whether these games are wrong or not, the point is that, and I think this actually sums it up really, really well here, right? My money, their choice, right? If you have a platform that is consenting to sell something, you have somebody else saying, I want to buy it. You can't have the payment processor coming in and saying, nope, you don't get to buy that. You don't get to do that with your money, right? This tells you everything you need to know right here. It has nothing to do with the content, because what they deem as not safe for work or inappropriate, it's only when it goes back to the slope, man. It goes back to the slippery slope, right?
Yeah.
The content of this game could be horrendous. Ultimately, it comes back to a very simple statement I always say: the market will decide. The market decides if the game will sell. The market will decide if there's an audience for it. But the point is that the payment processor, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, should not be the people making the decision on whether or not you should have the right to buy the game. Go back to the 90s, right? In video games, and the government getting involved with Mortal Kombat, right? You would not have the games you have today if they had their way, right? If they told you can't buy these things, if the payment processors go back to the mid 90s, and let's just say Visa and MasterCard in the 90s were like, we can't even imagine selling a game where a guy gets his head ripped off, right? Mortal Kombat would never existed. It would have never made its way out. We would not be on Mortal Kombat 75 like we are today. So the point is that regardless of the content, whether it's deemed appropriate or not, you can't put your thumb on what other people do with their money.
Absolutely, man. Voluntary interactions, voluntary trade. It's where it's at. It's like for a long time we had that sort of middleman in the music industry too. So I sympathize with the gaming industry in regards to that. Now we in the music industry we don't need that sort of stuff anymore. Like we do stuff for ourselves. I never signed with a record label in my entire life, and it's a much better market in my opinion because of that. And I think that sort of stuff is not natural, at least on a free market. It's gonna end sooner or later, but it definitely sucks while it doesn't end.
Vera over on X says, payment processors now control our entertainment. If you support this censorship, you're evil, plain and simple, right? Listen, it has nothing to do with the content of the game, right? As a dad, some of the shit in that game is fucking ridiculous. There's some nasty, gross shit, right? If there's a platform that wants to platform it, in this case, itch.io or Steam, they should have the right to sell those things. It should be on the platform, not the payment processor who makes these decisions. This does not seem like this crazy controversial statement.
Yeah.
But some people will find this as controversial.
No, it's very cool that you mentioned the Mortal Kombat situation, because their resolution, it's a perfect blueprint for what is happening now. What did they do? They created the rating system, and it's like, you still sell that game, and now you inform parents of what this is. Now it's an informed purchase.
Well,
that was a perfect middle ground
to further this home, right?
Yeah,
like the buyers of this content are already informed. there's a not safe for work tag, meaning it's inappropriate
Yeah.
for even playing at work, right? Then there's a description here. Then there's pictures here. Then there's a gameplay trailer. Like, we have more information ever to decide whether or not you should part with your money or not when it comes to video games, more than ever before. So the idea of like, if it needs to be rated, okay, that's fine. But this is not like 1993 where you had to wait for the magazine to come out, or you had to look at the box art, right? Or maybe catch a commercial. If you want information about a game, you can go directly to a store page, or go to a YouTube channel, or go to a Rumble channel, or go to whatever and find more information about it. There's always more data out there for you. We have infinite information right now available to us for whatever game you want. So, I mean, I'm with you. If they want to, create some sort of rating system, we already have that. It's the ESRB, So
agreed.
It's what a mess. What a mess. But this is something that, like, running with scissors, they are not based by any means. This is running with scissors. This is the company that we've talked about them several times on the show. They do the Postal series. Blabs, do you remember talking about Postal? Yeah. And they were all pronouns and all the stuff on the.
Weren't they the ones who got into a fight with Melee K?
I believe
on
so.
Twitter, yeah.
Yes.
Because they were being dickheads.
Really?
Yeah, she was calling
Oh,
them
wow.
out.
Yeah, but even they posted this same problem, different times, almost like a reskin, right? And it's like we've seen this over and over and over again, where this is just rinse and repeat every 10 years. When I was
zoom in on that picture again.
Sure.
What is that sign on the background?
It says,
Don't check
no,
our
on the-
hard
on
drives,
the right.
please.
On
it
the
says
right.
we hate. It says
Oh
we
wait, no,
hate
even
gamers.
right.
No,
It looks like a
on
butts.
the right. On the
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
butts.
that's funny. It
What
says
is that
we
about?
hate gamers, but don't check our hard drives, please. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of truth in this. This is rinse and repeat, right? In the 90s with Mortal Kombat, we talked about that, right? In the mid 2000s, it was Jack Thompson and the lawyer. We need to censor these video games. Grand Theft Auto, it was so bad. And now in the 2025s, 10, 15 years later, guess what? Back again. Here we are. Get this smut off our video games. It's just rinse and repeat. And guess what? After this is resolved, 10 to 15 years from now, it's going to go all over again. History will repeat itself.
Yeah. People are always seeking to control other people. That's something that you need to come to terms with. And once you do, it's very liberating, because you start living your life and putting your systems in place to protect yourself and your property and your family from those people. So yeah, that's what every industry has to do. Don't eliminate middlemen as much as possible.
Well, Collective Shout, after all this, says they've been the one pushing the buttons here. They have since, they can't handle the heat. They have gone private over on X, which, you can see.
That's always a self-admittance of stupidity.
Right.
Of
They
guilt.
describe themselves as a grassroots campaign movement against the objectification of women and sexualization of girls in media, advertising, and pop culture. And that's the thing. They come back with the holier than thou aspect, which we've seen this in history over and over and over again. This whole, listen, I know better than you. And that's where we're going. And
I know what's better for you, better than you.
If you pull up my screen, Phoenix, you'll see that they're not private on Instagram, so you can still see their shit.
It's another set of people on Instagram, I feel like.
yeah,
They're probably more tolerant of them and everything on Instagram.
well,
And they probably agree.
this is a situation, like I said, regardless of the content, like as a dad, I don't agree with any of the things in that.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't think it should be censored. If some dude wants to buy it and someone wants to sell it, then who is Visa to tell them they can't? Why would Visa be the arbiter of truth?
Yeah, it's like I'm for fitness, I'm for health. That doesn't mean I want the McDonald's to be closed. It doesn't mean I want fat people arrested.
Hey,
So it's like there are principles principles are above your personal preferences.
Well, I mean, look, there's all sorts of shit in our foods here in America, right? And you said it yourself, right? Like, who's to say some group was to say McDonald's is poisoning our children? Visa, what are you going to do about this? Are you? This is not acceptable. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. I can't. You're going to continue to profit off people selling Big Macs and fattening foods? How dare you? Doesn't make make it make sense. It doesn't.
Yeah, man.
Clips of the show all the time. The live show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Hit that subscribe button right here.